Hello, this is Mike Swanson. I run the website WallStreetWindow.com and thought I'd talk with you today about what is probably the best way to understand the real future of Bitcoin. What's a good analogy for it? Because it's all in the news, obviously, with this crash of this FTX exchange, one of the biggest cryptocurrency trading platforms. The customers' accounts are shut. They can't withdraw. They'll probably never be able to withdraw. And as more and more news comes out, it looks like criminality has happened. In fact, the guy that was behind the whole thing is sitting in a jail cell in the Bahamas. Comparisons are being made to the Enron debacle that happened in 2002. And I remember that very well because I've been trading the financial markets since the 1990s. And I've seen multiple boom and bust cycles, bubbles that inflate, deflate, people that get left holding the bag. And this is not the first crypto exchange that has collapsed and caused people to lose what they put into it. Now, what does this mean for the future of cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin? I would like to suggest to you that this specific news item actually means very little. That's because we've seen this happen before. Many crypto exchanges have collapsed in the past couple of years. So the idea that all of a sudden people are figuring out that the cryptocurrencies are risky, they already knew that. The reality is Bitcoin and these other virtual currencies are not really a store of value. People are not buying large amounts of cryptocurrencies in order to park their money in a safe place. Not when just about, or not just about, every single global currency in the world is more stable than crypto. Uh, they just are. They don't move up and down. They're not as volatile. And of course, precious metals are even more stable than they are. So big money is not putting money into cryptos as a safe haven. What cryptocurrencies are designed for and good at are as instruments of speculation. So if you can get into a cryptocurrency before it goes up, then you can make money. That's speculative. The value of speculating these things. If you buy and they go down, though, you lose. So it's all about trading and timing and speculating. If you can do that and get out before they dump, good for you. But they're not a store of value, and they're not something that you can just average down into and park your money and build wealth. But what is the real future of this? Well, I would like to suggest that understanding the metaverse is key to understanding the true future of Bitcoin and crypto. A year ago, we were told that the metaverse was the future of the internet. Tens of millions of dollars were spent by the Facebook company, now called Meta, to run advertisements that were propagandizing and pushing the notion that the metaverse was the future of the internet, and that Facebook, Meta, the company, were instrumental, or going to be, in bringing that about. So if you wanted to invest in the future, invest in Facebook, Meta stock, and you would be able to make a tremendous amount of money. We were told this a year ago, and a lot of people believed it. A lot of stock trading gurus came out and even recommended buying Meta stock based on this propaganda and these predictions. Now, what has happened, though, in recent months is that it's been clear that the metaverse is not something that people want. It's never been able to catch on. Less than a couple 100,000 people in the entire world are even using it. And stories, investigative journalism reports, frankly, from the Wall Street Journal and other publications revealed from internal documents leaked out from the Meta company that the people, the team actually developing the metaverse don't like to use it. It makes them sick. It's boring. And it's just not what it turned out. The promise is just not there. So if they don't even like to use it, and it's their job to like to use it, then who else is ever going to want to use it? Do you know anybody that is using the metaverse? In other words, this whole thing was a concept that a year ago, a lot of people were fascinated by, even buying the stock of Meta based on, and it's turned out to be all pretty much smoke and mirrors. So the promises of the cryptocurrency world and Bitcoin that we were told would happen has not happened either. It's not replaced the dollar. It's not become a stable currency. It's not easy to use in stores. If you want to buy stuff, try to go to the grocery store and buy anything with Bitcoin. It just isn't going to happen. It's only an instrument of speculation. So it's pretty much, I see the future of metaverse in crypto is pretty much the same. Now, how do you make money in these markets? Well, I want to show you two things. One, a chart that actually warns how to get out of bad situations before they get worse. And it's valuable to know to get out before something crashes. So what you're looking at here is a chart of the Meta stock, which crashed in November or October when it came out earnings and revealed this is just a complete total debacle. But the indicator on the bottom of the chart is what I want to teach you today. That is a relative strength ratio. It's taking the price of Meta and dividing it by the price of the S&P 500. And it went down. And it went down because the price of Meta was underperforming the price of the S&P 500. If it was outperforming, it would be going up. But Meta has been among the weakest stocks all year. And when that happens, you're in a stock or a fund that tends to crash when or is vulnerable to crashes when the stock market has a mere pullback and then doesn't rally enough to make up for the losses. It's a laggard. And if you want to beat the market, which is what the mindset you should have, you want to be successful at trading, you want to be in funds and stocks that are beating the market. And beating the market is as simple as that. If you're involved in things and holding things, lagging the market, you will become a trading loser. So to be a winner, get in winning situations, get in things that don't fall as much as the stock market when it falls and go up more when the stock market rallies. Then you beat the market. And if you do that over time, you will build real wealth. You won't be chasing fads. You won't be getting caught up in flash in the pan situations. And this indicator gave the same warning with Bitcoin. And that's why we should not be shocked when Bitcoin has more bad news and crashes, even in a month when the stock market goes up. It's a terrible situation for traders and people. Now, I'd also like to make note with you that crypto and the metaverse, for that matter, are kind of like fantasy concepts. They're not about anything that you can see in the real world around you. They're not things that are generating wealth, providing any sort of value in the real world, and it's hype. And the good thing from a speculative standpoint is that pure hype can drive value distortions in the financial markets that if you get ahead of as a buyer, you can get something that goes up to a silly valuation because the people that are buying on hype and nonsense. But you got to get out because if you don't, you're caught holding the bag. So that's the kind of game you're playing in those situations. Not all trading or investing is like that. Not if you invest in things that are, growing real world earnings, or real companies providing real value in the real world. So I like to think of real world situations that are outperforming the markets from a trading standpoint. And when it comes to stores of wealth, let me share you something that I just got in the mail. This is real. This is a package I got in the mail. It's not something in the metaverse. It's not a virtual currency, on some crazy exchange. This is real. And I'm going to show you what's in this package. Got to open it up first. Just got it in the mail, and I wanted to share it with you. They don't make it easy to open when you don't use a knife or something, but we'll get it. Okay. Let's see what we can show you here. I've got a bar of silver, the second bar of silver, and a third bar of silver. 3 bars of silver. This is real. It's in my hands. Some crazy exchange isn't going to make it vanish in one day. This is stability. And I took US dollars and transformed those dollars by making this purchase into something I can hold in my hand. And it's a true store of value. You stack them up and you become a silver stacker. And I got 3. These are 10 ounces of silver. Silver's around $22 an ounce today. So we're talking about over 600 some dollars. Real value. It's not going to fall in value and crash overnight. So that's an alternative to cryptocurrencies. And when you buy something stable and real, you build wealth. You don't worry that it's gonna, not be there tomorrow, or some weird guy is gonna, you're gonna read news about some weirdo in jail in the Bahamas or something. No. So that's not all I invest in. I buy stocks, obviously, funds, all sorts of things. But investing is building wealth, and that's what I'm all about. Now, if you want to see more videos like this, hit the like button. If you want to get my next video, if you're new to my stuff, hit the subscribe button and hit the bell. Next to that, YouTube will send you a notification as soon as the next video is up and for you to watch.